yo, it's your girl Maya Shanice again, Natural.M. If you're new to my channel, what's up? My name is Maya Shanice again, Natural.M. If you're not new to my channel, welcome back, baby. Period. As you can tell by the title today is going to be a story time. Today I'm doing a story about my labor and delivery. As y'all may know, I recently just had a baby. I know it was a secret, but you know, I hate to reveal whatever. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna give y'all a little rundown basically before the day of me going into labor. I had my 36-week appointment, but the thing was I had went the wrong day. Sadly, I went the wrong day. I had my days mixed up. I thought I was supposed to go on Wednesday because normally I go to my doctor's appointments on Wednesday, but apparently my appointment was scheduled for Thursday, had it mixed up. So that day, you know, me and Kel did other things, but I ended up going to my 36-week appointment at my 37-week appointment. You know, well, it was rescheduled, so it was technically my 36-week appointment, but I was 37 weeks when I went, if y'all get what I'm saying. And when I went there, you know, they checked my cervix and my doctor was like,
"Oh, you're 2.5 centimeters dilated."
And I don't know, I'd be playing around. I'd be like, oh, watch them say da-da-da-da. Just like when I found out I was pregnant, I was playing around like, bitch, watch the test be positive. And then it was positive and I was shook. But I was playing around like, oh, watch me be like 2.5 or something. Then I was 2.5 centimeters. So when they said that, I literally was like, but mind you, I was doing everything to start dilating because my thing was I was not going to 40 weeks. I'm sorry. I wasn't going for it. So I was doing the yoga ball, you know, slight stretch exercises and stuff. I was eating dates. I was drinking raspberry leaf tea. Like, I was on it. Like, I didn't do the leaf tea and the dates every single day, but I was doing it majority of the time. So when I heard I was 2.5 centimeters, I literally was shook. Like, I was getting nervous because I'm like, I'm 2.5. Who knows when I'm gonna start going into labor, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I kind of was having like slight contractions every often or whatever. So I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go to 40 weeks. I'm just being honest with you. And so, you know, at that appointment, I think I had a 38-week checkup. I don't remember what was done at that appointment. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But basically when I was there, there was like, you know, I got a call back after my appointment. And then it was like,
okay, like, we're gonna induce you.
And I was scared for that because I'm like, no, I don't want to be induced. I just want him to come naturally because I've always heard horror stories about being induced. So I'm like, I don't want to be induced. I just want him to come when he wants to come. You know, I don't want to force my baby. I want him to come when he want to come. So called me and told me they was gonna induce me at 39 weeks. I'm like, it's whatever. Okay. Finally, I'm nervous the day of, like, you know, when something is going to happen and like you losing sleep and all that stuff. I literally didn't get no sleep that day. I shit you not. I probably slept for an hour or two before induction because my induction was scheduled at 8:30 in the morning. So throughout the night, I'm tossing and turning. Kel tossing and turning a little bit. My parents were here. They was tossing and turning a little bit. Like, none of us really got sleep for real. And so the day of the induction, you know, we start vlogging, you know, we're going to get induced, da-da-da-da. You know, my dad packed our bags in the car and we all headed out and went to the hospital. We get to the hospital, I check in, you know, I'm in the office checking in all the stuff, and the lady calls the labor delivery floor. She's like,
hey, I have da-da-da-da here and she's ready to induce da-da-da-da.
And then she's like talking to the person on the phone and she was like,
okay, well, I'll let her know.
So then the lady gets on the phone and she's like,
apparently they said they tried to call you this morning and tell you that they'll just call and let you know when to come because they don't have any rooms available. I'm looking like,
excuse me? Like, mind you, my phone will be acting up sometimes, but I deadass didn't get a call like at 5 in the morning. But as soon as she said that, I saw the notification on my phone that somebody called me. And my mom, like, she has no filter, so she was sitting there mad, face all turned up, like,
do y'all do this all the time? Like,
getting smart and stuff. And I'm trying to tell her, I'm like, it's not her fault, it's their fault. Like, you know, if I didn't answer the phone, allegedly, then y'all should have left a voice message. Y'all should have tried calling again, something. Y'all should have did something else. Because now we wasted our time coming up here because it took us about like 15 to 20 minutes to get up there because wasn't living close to the hospital I was delivering at. Like, what the fuck? And so, you know, we go out the office. I'm gathering my dad and Kel. I'm like, we gotta go home. They're like,
why?
And I told them why. And they're like,
what the fuck?
At the same time, you know, me and my dad had this mentality like stuff happens for a reason. And so we were just like, we were irritated and upset, but at the same time, we're like, it's a reason why this is happening, but okay. And so we all head home, and as y'all seen in the vlog, we were just chilling at home. I'm talking about like, we went in at, it was supposed to be induced at 8:30, and we chilled there all day till around like 6 something. Like, we literally, like, they never called back. It was all day. So I'm at the point where my dad, like, it was so bad. Like, my dad went and got us food. It was the worst food. It wasn't a him problem. It was a them. They were terrible. And I'm so upset because people were always talking about this.
Oh, they so good.
The food was nasty. It was so nasty. And I'm so mad because I really was craving it. But, you know, we ate. And then after we ate, like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take a shower. You know, clearly we ain't doing shit for real. But my thing is, I'm not going in tomorrow. We better be going in today. I don't give a fuck what they say. They better call me today. And so, you know, I go to take a shower, and my mom, and she says it all the time. She's like,
I just noticed Maya was just in the bathroom, like on and off in the bathroom for a long time.
You know, and so when I got a shower, she was like,
are you okay?
And I'm like, yeah, you know, and then she was like,
get dressed. We finna go to the hospital.
Because, you know, mother's intuition, she sensed something was off. But, you know, I was just like, okay. Like, and mind you, I was kind of having, like, little mild cramp contractions, whatever you want to call it. And so, you know, she's like,
I'm going to go gather up the boys.
And so she goes to get Kel and tell my dad. And I guess she told them it was an emergency. So Kel came busting in the house, like, grabbing stuff.
Are you okay?
And I was like, yeah, like, da-da-da-da. And he was like,
man, y'all gotta stop playing.
But I'm glad that she kind of did tell them, like, hurry up, because they probably would have took their time. But so, you know, next thing you know, we get to the hospital. By the time you get to the hospital, there is no check-in. You just straight up either go to labor delivery or go straight up, go to wherever you need to go. Because in the morning, all the office people would be downstairs, but after a certain time frame, nobody be there. So we finally get to the hospital. And I check in with the lady on the labor delivery floor, and we're telling her, like, yeah, I was supposed to get induced this morning, but, you know, they said they didn't have any beds available. And then she explained to us, like,
yeah, like, a lot of people, like, their water broke, they went into labor.
Like, early labor, basically. So it was like, I was like, okay, like, I understand, you know, I wasn't really too mad. Because, you know, you can't prevent that. If it happens, it happens. And so, you know, I'm sitting there, you know, they're asking me questions. I'm like, yeah, I'm having contractions. And I'm just like, you know, breathing like, so they finally get me into triage. They put me up to the systems. You know, as y'all seen the vlog, I had the monitor for his heartbeat, the monitor for my contractions. And, you know, they took my little vitals or whatever. And I get my cervix checked. And I'm like, okay, because mind you, backtrack. When I went to my 37-week appointment, my cervix was soft when they checked my cervix. So that check didn't hurt at all. Like, I didn't even feel shit. Like, my cervix was soft. That raspberry leaf tea in them dates and yoga ball exercise. But they checked my cervix again when I was in triage. And the girl was like,
you know, okay.
You know, doing a little calculation. She's like,
you're 6 to 7 centimeters.
And I was like, that's when I really was like, because I didn't know that. I wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have thought I would have been screaming, punching somebody if I was 6 or 7. But my thing is, I have a very high pain tolerance. So a lot of stuff that hurts people don't be hurting me. So when she said 6 to 7, because the thing was, she basically was like,
you know, if there's no progress, you'll just go back home.
I'm like, bitch, who going home? I ain't going home. I'm staying here, boo. It's time to have this baby. But she saw 6 to 7 centimeters. My mom was like,
oh Lord, let me go get Kel.
Because, you know, they only have one person in the triage with you. And so she went and grabbed Kel and stuff like that. And we was telling them. And that's when we started to get nervous. And then one of the doctors came in. He was like,
is she sure you're 6 to 7 centimeters? Because if you really are and you go all the way like this and have the baby, I want patients like you all the time.
Because I literally was just sitting there. Like, I felt contractions and I breathed through it. And it was like, okay, cool. But I legit was sitting there like this. Oh, what you want, puppies? Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm nursing him, y'all. Okay, because basically, y'all, when I tell y'all, I was just sitting there like this, you know, laughing, breathe, back to normal. Like, it's like the contractions wasn't really phasing me for real. So it was like, you know, and so I'm starting to get nervous because I'm like, if I'm 6 to 7 right now, who knows how far I will be within the next couple of hours, or, you know, these contractions. Because the main thing I was really nervous about was the contractions and like the ring of fire, shit like that. So, you know, they finally get us to another room, like basically the room, the push room. If y'all seen the vlog, I'll tag the vlog down below as well. In the vlog, I kept saying the push room, the push room, the push room. Basically the room that I gave birth in. And so we was in there, I would say we was in there from like, cause we got to the hospital at like 6:45ish, I think. But I was in triage at about 6:45, 6:45 to like 7 or 8ish. I'm gonna say 8ish. So about like 8 something is when we got into the push room, and we're sitting there for hours. Like after a while, my contractions did start to like go up. Like I started to feel them more, and that's how I knew I was like dilating more. Throughout the time, like I wasn't even really hungry for real. I was hungry, but I wasn't hungry. But I had like popsicles, water, stuff like that. My nurse probably checked me 2 or 3 times, and it was more on the base of because my mom wanted her to check me to like see how far I was dilating, because she did notice I was like breathing harder, counting through the contractions. Like I think she sensed the fact that it felt like he more pressure and he was coming. And so, you know, she checked me one time, and, you know, let my doctor know. And he basically was like,
if there's no progress within the next couple of hours, we're gonna start you on Pitocin.
And I did not want to do Pitocin. I also heard the horror stories about that shit. I heard some good ones, but I mainly heard a lot of bad ones. And then they kept telling me like,
oh, with the Pitocin, like the contractions, they're gonna be intense, they're gonna get worse.
I knew that, but I'm like, because here's the thing, y'all. I didn't even mention this yet. I went through all those contractions, all that dilation, no epidural. No epidural, no payment, no none of that. And so, you know, after a while, they finally gave me the Pitocin.
Also forgot to mention, after they gave me the Pitocin, a couple of hours, I think, later, they broke my water. So they gave me the Pitocin, then they broke my water, and that's why the contractions started to amp up.
And when I got the Pitocin, y'all, they was not lying when they said it amped it up. Like, I started to feel it for real. Like, normally I could breathe and be like, you know, I would count to like, I think I would count to 10 like 5 times. And then the contractions would be done and I'll be back to normal. But with the Pitocin, I had to get Kel to rub my back. Like, I'm over there like slightly punching stuff. Like, I'm like, ooh, like, oh my goodness, especially when that Pitocin kicked in. So when it got like super amped up and super hard, I'm like, I just started screaming. I'm like, okay, like, it's like somebody do something. It's time. It's time to push. And I think it was like a shift change or whatever around that time. Yeah, because we had this one nurse. She was our favorite. We literally loved her. Like, she had a pretty name. She was so pretty. She was so nice. But she was like,
I'm gonna tell them to let me know when you had the baby.
Like, you know, she was our favorite. And so around like, before shift change and all that stuff, my nurse, because we was trying to like get things going, try not to do the Pitocin route for real, but, you know, get things going, she had me on the peanut ball, and I guess you could say that helped. And also gave me birth combs, like not birth combs, but combs to like press into my palms for contractions. Y'all, them damn combs was so damn flimsy. It didn't do shit. Maybe if I had some harder combs, it probably would have helped. If you want to do that route with the comb thing, get some harder combs, because I had the flimsy ones and it's like it was doing shit. It wasn't doing shit. It was a waste of time. And also I had to sniff alcohol pack because I felt like I was gonna throw up and stuff. And so time goes over, and like I said, the contractions were getting intense. So at that point, I'm like, I need a doctor. Bitch, it's time to push. Like, I feel something. And so that's when the new nurses came in. Well, I'm gonna call them the push team because, they was there when I was pushing and stuff. And so she checked me and she was like,
you're about like 9.5 centimeters. You're not really there to 10 for real.
Because, when you reach 10, that's when it's time to start pushing that shit out. But I'm like, oh, bitch, I'm ready. Like, this Pitocin is kicking my ass. I'm ready to push him out. Like, come on. Like, every single time I would, like, scream, like, I'm ready to push. I need help. Da-da-da-da. She'd be like, and I almost punched her.
You're not just quite there yet. You still have that 9.5.
I'm looking at her like, I'm about to strangle her. Like, I was getting so mad because it's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about that 9.9. I'm finna just start pushing and y'all just finna have to figure it the fuck out. I think what it really was is they was trying to wait on the doctor because the doctor did come in and then out of nowhere, his ass disappeared. They're like,
oh yeah, he's across the street at the office. He'll be back within such and such minutes.
Why is you coming in and then leaving, going back across the street? Like, I'm not gonna have a damn baby. I think they was just like, they delivered before, but I think they was kind of nervous that they was gonna have to deliver another baby and they didn't want to do that. So they were low-key stalling for his ass. I can tell. And so I got to once I heard he was across the street, they was like,
try not to push, da-da-da.
This is where, even though I was feeling it, but I just, at this point, I for real started acting. I started screaming, crying a little bit. I was like, he's coming now. The baby is coming. Help. Help me. The killer is escaping. Help me. Like, that's literally how I was acting. Because it was like, oh, he want to be across the street? Yeah, come back across the street and help me deliver this baby. Because what the hell? And then, everybody started getting all amped up, working, like moving around fast, shifting, all that stuff, getting the bed ready. Yeah, because what the fuck is y'all doing? We not taking our time. Mind you, at this point, I'm still natural. No epidural. At this point, it's way too late to get epidural. I didn't want one anyways. Like, if y'all know me, y'all know I'm natural as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't do all the medicines and all that stuff. Like, I recently just started doing medicine after having a baby. So I ain't do no pain meds, no epidural, none of that. The only thing I literally had was Pitocin and didn't even want that. And it was just to spike up the labor. So it's like, I'm feeling it, and they're like,
it's normal with natural women that you can't control when the baby is coming, all that stuff.
Yeah. So get him here. So he finally gets in there, like finally, and they got me all up in the sky. That's when I was getting scared because I'm like, now I'm up in the air. I didn't know the bed can go this high. I'm up in the air, got my legs up. They're like,
when you feel contractions, it's time to push.
Y'all, I feel like women should get paid for pushing. Pushing is a lot. It's not your typical 1-2. Pushing is a lot. Like, I'm over and I'm thinking I'm pushing right, the time to push, I'm pushing. I guess I'm pushing wrong, y'all. I know this is TMI. This is normal, okay? This is so normal. But y'all, I guess I pushed so hard, I had to use the damn bathroom. I'm like, ooh. When that happened, I was like, oh. Everybody in the room was just like, and I was like, oh no. I'm not embarrassed, it's normal. Hell, there's plenty of stories of women accidentally using the bathroom while pushing, because it's that hard. It is so fucking hard, bro.
So the lady ended up telling me, push like you have to pee. And I'm looking like, I've never heard of that. Like, when I go to pee, I just pee. So she was like, push like you have to pee. And I'm just sitting here like, because it's like, how the fuck, like, I never heard of people pushing like they have to pee.
Okay, I'm back. I just got done feeding and burping him. And now he in the bed asleep. But yes, y'all, pushing is so fucking hard to the point to where I was literally shitting. Like, I didn't want to say it, but I was shitting. Like, oh my gosh. And they're like,
it's okay, it's normal. This happens to us all the time.
Because I'm sitting there like, damn, loose bowels, motherfucker. But And so they started with like, they do the countdown, like not countdown, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then it was like, okay, another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're not counting that fast, but they're counting. Then they start asking for a third one. I'm like, okay, I think I can do a third one. 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as they hit 4 or 5, baby, I'm like, because I was doing good on 1 and 2, but as soon as it came to 3, I'm like, hold on, bitch, I need a breath. And then they start escalating it to,
okay, let's go for a fourth.
Oh, I really was hard at breathing. Like, and then like I was being kind of slick because they're like,
okay, he's right there. His head is right there.
And they took a moment, y'all. I literally was like, because I know they lying, because it's like, I don't feel that. What y'all talking about? I don't feel that. I'm not on no epidural or none of that. So I'm like, they gotta be lying. So I'm like, can I feel this? Feel his head? In reality, I was just trying to see if they was telling the truth, and I know they was lying. They're like,
yeah,
I put my hand down there. I don't feel nothing but bare coochie. That's all I feel. I don't feel no head. None. I don't even, none. And Gail was like,
yeah, he was coming out. Then he started to come back in.
And it was because I was, I wasn't doing the breathing right when it came to a certain point. That's because y'all motherfuckers is tiring me out. That's why. And so, mind you, at this point, I'm hungry. It's 8 something in the morning, going on 9 o'clock. We ain't had no sleep. I'm tired. Y'all, I shit y'all not. I was pushing for like 30 minutes to an hour. Like, and my thing was, I kept saying my goal was to push for like, I'm not going over 30 minutes. I ain't going over no hour. I ain't going over da-da-da-da. Baby, I was in that motherfucker pushing for a while. I'm glad it wasn't hella hours, but it still was a long time for me, because I'm like, no, like, we gotta get this baby out. Like, what the fuck? So we pushing, trying again, pushing. Shout out to my dad. I love my dad so much. Like, my dad literally coached me through my whole birth. Like, when I went to go give birth, Kel was there, my mom was there, and my dad. My dad was like right here, right next to me, coaching me, fanning me, coaching me. You got this, praying for me, all that. And then my mom was right here, and then Kel, he wanted to see the baby come out, so he was down by where the doctor was. The doctor was literally showing him everything, because they know each other. Like, not know each other, but like, from us going to the doctor, they interact and stuff like that. And my mom I'm so sorry, but my mom, she grabbed my leg. And if you ever gave birth before, when people touch you, it makes you want to snap. Like, she touched my leg, grabbed my leg, I cocked my fist back, and I basically was like, get the fuck off of me. Like, like, it's like I just went blurred. I didn't care who touched me. I'm like, get the fuck off of me. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. At that point, she was like, drop everything. She went and sit down. She's like, fuck it. Just fuck it. I'm trying to help. Fuck it. But I'm like, you grabbing my leg. I'm claustrophobic. I'm hot. Like, come on. Like, y'all doing too much. Like, if you ever gave birth, you know how intense it be when people be touching you, all that stuff. And so, after a while, she did come back. And, when it was time to push, she started to help. But, my dad was fanning me, praying, talking, coaching me through it. Then you have the nurse who was coaching, push, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She was in the middle of training somebody, so she's over there watching too. Random nurses came in, like, oh, we're here to support. I'm like, it's hella motherfuckers in this motherfucker. No wonder it's so fucking hot. And so, I'm push. I feel something like, I don't know, I just felt something. It was hella extra pressure. And I'm like, what the hell? So apparently my doctor was basically helped turning my baby in my pelvis, because granted, they did the cervical check, the pelvic check, exam, all that stuff. So apparently my pelvis, well, okay, before I say that, we knew my son was gonna be a big baby. Like, my goal has always been, when I give birth to kids, my goal is for my kids to be like 7 pounds, 6, 7 pounds. I'm like, that's light, you know what I'm saying? We went to one doctor's appointment later, 3rd trimester, and he was already like 5 pounds. Like, cause at first he was bigger than his week, if y'all get what I'm saying. So we already knew he was gonna be kind of big or whatever. I guess he was hella big for me. Basically, he was too big for my pelvis. So my doctor had to go in there and like turn and maneuver him around because I kept feeling extra. I'm like, okay, maybe he's coming out because I just kept feeling extra. Like something was like, it's like I felt his hands and I thought that was just him coming out. But in reality, it was him turning the baby so the baby could come out. And it was so weird because it's like a TV show. Like,
it's push. Yes, girl, you got it. Push, 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 push.
And then when it's done pushing going on, everybody's just standing there like this. Literally, like I felt like I was in a movie. And so, you know, the pushing is continuing. At this point, we're almost done. Like I start feeling excessive burning. Like my crotch is on fire. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like it's burning. The girl's like,
it's the ring of fire. You're almost done.
When they say ring of fire almost done, they're not lying. Because I'm like, this shit fucking burns. Like, and my dad, he's never really heard me cuss like a lot or too hard. I was like, fuck. And he looked at me like, like, oh my gosh, my daughter. But it was burning bad, Boots. It was burning so bad. Oh my gosh. And mind y'all, I'm feeling this natural. Like, you know, when you on epidural and stuff, you don't really feel too much, but feeling everything, I'm like, oh my goodness. I feel like things would have been different for me if I didn't get the Pitocin, to be honest. You know, but I just felt that burn. I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. But I'm saying worse. And so finally, like I'm push. They're like,
his head, there's his head, he's good.
I felt his head come out. I'm like, oh. And then next you know, I just feel extra. They're like,
don't push, don't push.
I said, I'm not pushing, he's just coming out. They're like,
yeah.
Y'all, them shoulders came out, that body slid out. It was just like, blue. I was like, oh. It was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, he's finally out. He's finally out. Oh my goodness. Like, it was, like, I don't even know if I cried for real. I think I was like tearing up or something. He got out, they handed it to me, he's on my chest. Like, as you're seeing the labor delivery vlog. Okay, so my mom, because they told us like, oh, no recording.
Not necessarily no recording, but basically no pictures and recordings of the vagina. I'm looking like, this my coochie, my baby, my birth. But I get what y'all saying.
We do what the fuck we want to do. So my mom, instead of like, first of all, she was recording on 3 different things: my phone, her tablet, my dad's phone. So the clip that y'all seen of him on my chest and Kel cutting the cord, that was on my dad's phone. I have video footage, but all you see is feet and people moving around, and it's like an hour long. I basically, that was like, you know, the whole birth process. And my mom, I don't know what she has because I didn't really see her footage for real. But yeah, he's finally out. They cleaned him off, you know, Kel gets to cut the cord. It was just so, you know, it's so weird because I'm holding him, I'm like, wow, I just had a baby. Not even just that, like the texture of his skin, it just felt like I was holding a fake baby doll. Because I'm like, oh my goodness, like he's so wishy. And they're like,
oh, he has the cutest baby rolls.
Like, y'all, he was a big baby. He was 8 pounds. And y'all, okay, so just know he was 8 pounds because for some reason my mind just went blank, and I know how much my son was weighing at birth, but for some reason I cannot remember right now. Like, it's like I remember numbers, I just don't remember what order they go in. I know the 8 pounds part. It's just the inches and the ounces I got mixed up, and I don't want to, like, you know, say the wrong numbers. But just know his ass was 8 pounds. And he's a long baby. Just know that. But yeah, him was a big baby. Like, we knew the whole pregnancy he was gonna be a big baby. It's not like I was claiming it or anything, you know, because I like my 6 or 7 pounds. That was my goal idea. But for some reason, when it was time to go get birth, I said, watch him be like 8 pounds. They had a bet, not like a, with money and them, but they was like, oh, he probably gonna be born at this time, or he probably gonna be this weight, all this stuff. His ass was born at 9 in the morning. Mind you, we're tired. We're so tired. We didn't get no sleep for real. I barely ate. The only actual meal I had was that nasty ass food that we had got before we went to the hospital. Mind you, that was hours before. So when I was shitting, I was like, hey, yo, like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, after that, I was just sitting here like, damn, I just put that baby out. Like, I was so shook. Like, not me pushing a baby on my hoo-ha. No meds. Like, natural. And then, like, I did tear. As y'all can see in the picture, the thumbnail, that was me while I was getting stitched up. That was literally my face while I was getting stitched up. Like, they numbed the area, but for some reason, I felt it. I felt everything. I was just like, I don't know if I had like I don't know the terminology, but I think I had like it wasn't no slight tear, because clearly I was getting stitched up. I don't know. Just know I tear. And they was stitching me up. Like, the whole time I'm holding them, I'm just like, and mind you, my shit all busted all open, people coming in and out the room, like the workers. This one man came in there and he just, talking, looking around, talking to my dad. Kel got mad because they had my shit busted all open and everybody just walking in and out this motherfucker. Kel was like,
okay, but can we cover up my woman's private parts? Because everybody just walking in and out this motherfucker, like, what the hell?
I'm like, nah, for real, because I'm sitting there busted open on a silver platter while everybody just walking by, looking and all that stuff. Like, hello, like, could be close a curtain, cover my legs, do something. Like, they seeing all the goodies, all of it. But yeah, that shit was, I still to this day be like, wow, I had a baby. And I just love my support team during the process. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so blessed and happy that I had my mom and my dad there and my partner there while I was giving birth, because it makes you like look at things differently. Like, when, say when a man don't show up for the birth of his child, or when a family don't support you while you giving birth and stuff, like, it just makes you look at stuff differently. So I really do appreciate everybody that was there while I was giving birth. And I kept this pregnancy so private to the point where I didn't even tell my own best friends. Like, literally after I pushed him out, I text my friends and I was like, y'all, guess what? And then I sent them a picture of the baby.
They're like, oh my God, congratulations, I knew her.
They're so happy, they're so excited. And then that's when I posted my maternity pictures. And when I posted my maternity pictures, everybody thought it was just oh, Maya's pregnant, like, she's still pregnant. And the next day, I post the video, I'll insert it here, the one of me doing the Nicki Minaj, I fell back, I had a baby,
I fell back, I had a baby, I did the mother thing, I did the wife thing, all that, yeah.
Everybody was shook. They're like, oh, bitch, you had the baby. Like, we thought you was still pregnant. No, Boots, I had the baby. When I tell you private life, happy life, like, when I tell you I keep shit private, like, I ate that up, bitch. I feel like a celebrity with the reveal. And I loved how everybody was showing love and supporting, liking the pictures. If you follow me on Instagram, make sure y'all follow me, beautiful niece. But y'all see the pictures. We did our own maternity shoot. Pay who? Pay who? I'm not paying nobody. We took the pictures at home by ourselves with a mini ring light. And then I edited the pictures by myself. Like, the background and all shit, I did that shit myself. Like, I ate that up. Like, I do most of my stuff by myself. Like, I'm very independent when it comes to stuff like that. Because pay who? I love to support people, but sometimes people be having you fucked up and you have to do shit by yourself. But everybody was showing love to our pictures and stuff like that. Everybody's so happy for us. Like, it's just crazy. Like, bitch, I had a baby. And it was a boy. I'm like, a boy? I've always seen me as girl mom. So, like, we knew off rip it was going to be a boy, to be honest. But that shit was crazy. Now, I know people may be like, oh, will you do it again? Because I ain't gonna lie, after I pushed him out, I was in my head like, I ain't doing this shit again. And if I do, I might get a damn epidural. But it's, to be honest, I don't know. Like, I do want more kids. It's just not right now. Right now, we taking a break. Because, ooh, that was a lot. Birth is a lot. Like, it's a lot. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. But it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like, it's just, I don't know. It still feels so unreal that I had a baby. Yeah, that I had a baby. Pushed him at that cootie cat. Cause and my doctor swore me that
you're gonna need something, and
I'm looking like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and I did. Even though it was intense, but it's like, I proved your ass wrong. I did not need no epidural. Remember earlier when I said things happen for a reason? That was the reason. It's so crazy, y'all. If my mama would have not told me to get up, let's go to the hospital, I probably would have gave birth to my son in my bed. And that we wouldn't have known what to do. Or I probably would have been in the process of pushing him out and not knowing shit. Like, just thinking I'm having contractions or something crazy and not knowing shit. And his ass would have been born right here in my bed. Like, the things do happen for a reason. Maybe it was in God's plan for me to go home, collect myself, and then go there and then, you know, have him like that. Because if they would have induced me, shit probably would have went left. They probably would have had to give me a C-section, all types of stuff. Because I've heard multiple stories where people got induced and Pitocin and they end up in a C-section. You know, like, and that's something that I did not want to experience, to be honest. And it's also something I don't want to experience, even if I were to have kids in the future. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I give it like 3-4 more years and I'll probably have like 2 more, I don't know. But yeah, like, that's something I did not want to go through. So there was a reason as to why, like, you know, we had to go home, collect ourselves, and then come back. And I'm glad that it did happen like that, because in a way it happened in the way that I wanted it to. Even though he was coming when he wanted to. I mean, I feel like if I didn't take that Pitocin, then he most likely probably would have been born like probably 11, 12 instead of 9 o'clock in the morning. It was just a speed up, to be honest. Like, I understand, but at the same time, it's like, in my personal opinion, I dead ass didn't need that Pitocin because I literally was almost there. So it was like, but yeah, that clearly that was the reason as to why it happened. It was because he wanted to come when he wanted to come, and I was so far out. Like, and it's even crazier because I genuinely did not know I was 6 to 7 centimeters. I didn't know that. Like, yeah, I felt a couple mild contractions, a little here and there, but it wasn't nothing to where it was like, ooh, I need something, oh my gosh. Like, I wasn't feeling that. So how was I supposed to know I was that far along? And I'm glad that they was like, yeah, girl, you staying here 2 nights. Because, like the girl said, if there's no progress, then you going home. Bitch, I wasn't going home anyways. I was supposed to be induced. I was supposed to been here. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's pretty much, I hope I didn't forget anything. I mean, I feel like I did forget some stuff. I just can't think about what it is. Y'all, I said in my last video, pregnancy brain, but post-pregnancy brain, that shit is a motherfucker. Like, there's so much stuff. Like, I'm surprised I remember this much detail to tell y'all the story. Maybe because it's like, I couldn't wait to get the story out. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I could not wait to record this video for the story time. But I just been doing so much different content. Like, you know, I told y'all the video was coming soon. I just didn't know when. And I didn't know when I was going to shoot it because, you know, I just been being a mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. I love everything about it. Sometimes it could be hard, but other times I love it. Mind you, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I be around the house and take care of the baby and stuff. So it's like, you know, I have no choice but to record content. I'm literally home. I'm doing something every day. So it's like, you know, but I really hope I didn't forget anything for real. If I did, if I'm editing, I'll come back and say something. But if I didn't forget nothing, then, you know. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe. And show support, because support is great. Well, bye, y'all.